Hey guys, we're here today with Professor Heather. The Jeep's AC is not working, so it is the condenser. I think one of these broke. So we're taking the dash apart right now. So far, Heather got this side panel off, which that just snaps off. You just pry that off right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just comes off easily. The side panel just pops right off. You get one of those. Where's those tools you used? Little prying tool. It's a little plastic prying tool. And then the next step you did was the handle. Yep, and there's two screws in the handle, which I put over there. I can't see it. Yeah. So, let me show you the other side. Because I'm about to take that handle off. There's just two bolts in it. So these pop out. You pry that out, and there's some. This one's missing. Little bolts inside there. Those were, what was it, 7/32? So I'm gonna go take that handle apart, and Heather's working on prying this dashboard up. There's not much room over here. So once you get the handles off, you gotta take a 10mm and there's probably about, let's see, I see 4 over here, so I'd say probably 8 along the top you gotta take out. I'd definitely recommend getting one of these adapters so you can put your sockets on a drill or a driver. It'll make it a lot faster. Do you have the ratchet wrench? Oh, you have a small one. What happened to mine? That one's stuck in there. So once you can do that, oh, no, I lied. Looks like there's a Phillips screw right over here in the corner too. Cool. Now that Tara's done grabbing the other handle, we can take this completely off. Okay, so what I was showing them, there's some up here. Oh yeah, screws in the top. Yep. kind of screws are those, Philip? Yeah, you can also use. Oh. Whatever you can get to fit in there. This is kind of close to the... So you could use 7mm or Phillips.
Okay.
I also suggest you organize the screws and bolts as you're taking them off and put them probably with the pieces or label them or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, we were searching through the YouTube videos, and every one of the videos for switching out the condenser in any of the Jeeps, they start off with, so we took everything apart. Chapter 3, and then I looked in here. I got me a Haynes manual. And I'll show you what this one says about it.
Where did you put all this?
No. This is the dash. Cool. Get that part off. of these things pop off. And there's a screw underneath. The bottom is easier to get off. You gotta kind of convince the top. This side has a light. You have to unhook. Oh, you got it. Just gotta figure out how to unhook that light. That's a star. Torque. Yeah. Look at the size of these. Yeah, I could feel that one on that side when I... in the tower. Okay, so that airbag light. We had to get this whole piece out in order to uncover this little slot here, and that's where that light was, where you had to release. There was a tab in there. Press that tab in and release it. I'm gonna... Okay, so the battery's disconnected and we're now getting the radio out. Well, if I had to have put the where to put we had to put the Jeep in neutral to move the out of the way enough to pull this out. I can't do it from this side.
Just figuring out these clips here.
I can't see that. Okay. These were 10mm. And we get a small one right here. Seven millimeter. Okay, now we're going to figure out how to get that middle console out. So the middle console had this. They had the window control, which you have to push this orange piece to the right there, and then pull it out. You have to take this off of the shifter. This has this button and it slides off, connected with these. There's a screw right here which I don't have to take out because it's busted, but you'll have to take that out. And then there's two in here, and there was one right here. I can't see this. Yeah, there's two down in there, which I'll need a screwdriver for, because I can't get that down in there.
That's the compartment. She's inside the compartment.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my flashlight out off of my phone. There's two right in the bottom here. And then this whole piece will come out. I could use a good cleaning too. Alright. So now that that's out, we gotta also remove these. These two here. So now we're trying to get this, the what's left now is one big piece. And we don't have to, some people take it completely off to have enough space, but last time we did this, and I want to do it again, we just, we loosened everything up and just pulled this way. Because otherwise you're going to have to take the steering wheel and everything else off.
Yeah. $14.
Yeah. So 14 for these two. No, so apparently there's 3 on this. There's another one down here. There's four more big ones up on the top. Right? Yeah. 4 more big ones on the top. They're all the same size. 14. You got 2 there, the 2 on the other side, and this is the 3rd one down here on this. That's the 3rd one on that thing. Alright, so when you take the airbag off, It's got these 4 bolts. And these 2 clips on either side. And all you gotta do is press the sides in and pull it straight out. There's also another one behind where it was. Go ahead and take that one out, please. Alright, the one underneath is a 10. The one that was secure in the airbag was 11. Alright, we're still holding on pretty good, so. Let's see. Yeah. No, there was another one right there. There's another one. That sneaky little thing. Okay. So there's another one up. Behind this, underneath. This one underneath is an 8. There. So there's still something else somewhere. So we found another bolt. Another nut. That was holding that.
Oh, it was a nut. Okay.
Alright, and now we're gonna take that part off. It has a screw in each side.
Okay, so we took the instrument cluster thingy off. And now we're looking up under the steering wheel to see what else needs to be taken off. Okay, so there was one up there and one on the other side, which was pretty tough. You have to get around these cords. But there's another spot up on this other side that looks the same as this. Up in there. It looks like something else still holding on, so we'll be back. Alright, we're getting it. So the other screw, where was it, Heather?
It was the other screw that was attaching this to this.
Okay.
So there's 2 of them. There's one underneath and one on the top.
Okay. So that was going through right here.
Yeah. Well, no, right here. This is the back. That's the thing that the screw went into.
Oh, you had to reach around. Okay.
Yeah, you have to go up under.
Okay. Alright, so it was on the other side of this.
Yeah.
You had to reach back behind that metal and unscrew it.
Yep.
Alright, so it's partially coming off. Gonna keep going and keep you updated. Okay. And so in order to drop the steering wheel down far enough, we took out bolts. And these. From there. That white piece. And then there's one on the other side. Disconnected the speaker. Oh yeah. And to get this to pull out further, this was attached right there. I just popped it out. It's not actually disconnected. But gave us a little more room. And instead of disconnecting all of these cords, I just disconnected the fuse box. Yeah, and we pulled this out. And unscrewed this metal bar from the side, which allowed it to pull out. On the other side, we removed this part from the metal, but over here it was too hard to get at, so we just disconnected this metal from the side of the car. So from this side, I disconnected the speaker. Also, this black box right here is connected right here. You just pull that out of there. You gotta disconnect this. It was right here. And and this one down here, once you have all that off, then you can, we're not going to completely remove it, we're just going to lift it over the steering wheel. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to turn this off, help her out, and then we'll be back. Alright, so we just pushed the driver's seat back so we could drop that far enough to be able to lean this on it. I got it tied up here. That way we could get this box out without taking apart the entire steering column and all that unnecessary bullshit. So we got just enough space to kind of try to get that box out, and we'll get back to you. Before we get that box, talk to the camera, we're gonna get this off so we can get to the connections behind it. This just has 2 screws on it. Alright, so we took the tank off, but we didn't remove the hoses or anything. We just unscrewed it. And then we took, you're going to want these special tools to get these out, because there's a spring on the other side that this pushes on to allow it to release. If you don't have the tool, it's a pain. So those 2 are for the AC.
and we had to disconnect the two for the heater. We just unclamped them and just pulled them off and propped them up there. Okay. So we got those two off, and then we disconnected a small hose thing that was connected right here. And there was some bolts underneath this, right? Yeah. Yeah, underneath these two right here. And then there was one on the other side of the firewall, right here. Okay. Right up underneath. Under the hood. So, point that out. It's hard to tell. It's it was these two, and then from the other side, it's right up underneath it. The other one was right there. Alright, this is the whole HVAC unit, which everything they stuffed in there together. I wasn't, go ahead. No. This is the reason why my AC wasn't working. That thing snapped right off. So on this, there was a lot of screws around the perimeter. This one here, we had to remove this to get to it because it's too tight. And then on this side, we had to take this off. And there was a screw. I think it was this one that was covered under that. I think it goes like this now. Yeah. Like this now. No?
You look really sophisticated.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, you might as well just throw it in there. Why, thank you. Alright, so we got the new part in. Now we're gonna work on getting this put back together.
How's it going?
Alright, we got the mini screws back in. Wrap the cord, the wires back. And we're about to put it back in. Reconnect that. Alright. So we got everything under the hood back together. The AC, those are the parts that they just, when you're putting them back on, they just snap right on. So just push them on and they'll snap into place, and then they have the clamps that pop right on. And the heater hoses just have the hose clamps. You squeeze them together to loosen them.
push the hoses on and then push the clamps up. And then screwed this back in. We have rain in the forecast, so we're packing it up tonight. And we're going to pick it back up, put everything back together in the morning. Oh, that's right, we put these screws back into the secure the box. Right there. So this is what we look like right now. In the morning, all we have to do is put this dash back together.
Oh, so it's okay once you put it all back together? Yeah.
Good morning, guys. We're back out here this morning, ready to put this thing back together. Before we put this on, we reconnected the wires that and this. We put that together. We tried not to disconnect as much as we could, but there's more disconnected, but that will have to wait until we get the dash back on. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, we got it in. Secured the 4 main bolts for that. 2 on that side, 2 on that side. Airbags back in. We took these bolts out for the steering wheel in order to bring it down far enough to get the dash up over it. So those are back in. One there, and one there. Then we're gonna get the radio back in. That's what Heather has. And the instrument cluster. Alright, instrument panels back on. Of course, put the wires back in the back. Got the fuse box screwed back in, the 2 screws right there. And 1 right there. And then I bolted this plate back in that was holding the whole fuse box inside of the whole panel thing. The airbag is covered. Radio's back in. And there was a wire. You gotta make sure you remember to pull through for the light on the handle. I gotta figure out. Well, yeah, we're gonna find the light, but that's where it goes. Alright, we're getting there. Set back in a little bit. Alright, well, I'm moving right along. We got the middle console in. The steering wheel, everything around it back, snap back in place. You gotta get the glove box back in and this piece up here. If you're doing this and you haven't recorded it, I would just maybe taking pictures along the way and marking your screws and your parts and stuff, keep track of them. It wasn't too bad. We're about done here. So we'll check back in with you when we're done.
done. Got everything back in. Except the glove box, but that's easy. You just slide that on the hinges. We still gotta re-up the Freon. Yeah. So we'll do a recharge on the Freon and let you know how it worked. Alright, we're back. So since the evaporator was broken, it broke the pressure within the system. So before we fill it with Freon, we went to O'Reilly to get this gauge manifold and the pump. We hooked up the blue hose to the low line, the red one to the high line, and obviously there as well. And then the yellow one from the middle to the pump. And the pump is pressurizing. So right now we're just waiting for it to get to, it won't focus, down to 29-30 psi, and then we'll come back to you. Alright, I think this gauge is a little bit off, but it hasn't moved anymore. So I'm going to close this valve, turn the pump off, and we're just going to let it set for 20 minutes and make sure that that needle doesn't go back down. Alright, it's been over 20 minutes and the needle is still where it was, so we know we don't have any leaks. We're all hooked up, everything is closed. So we're going to disconnect this yellow hose from the pump and connect it to the Freon, can of Freon, right there. Okay, so I got the can of Freon hooked up. And you just turn this. And turn this on. Technical difficulties, you gotta screw it on tight enough. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Pressure's going up. Yeah, then go ahead and start the car and turn the AC all the way up. you already released the air out of this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wanna, we swapped cans, so that enabled some air to get in, so you just loosen this up just a little bit to let the air out. Can you tighten that back up? Can you tighten it back up? Can't do it one-handed. But just loosen that just a little bit to let any air out. And I'm gonna slowly turn this back on. We don't want this high end to get anywhere near the 250. So when I looked up this truck, it said it took 21 ounces. Each one of these cans is 12. So we're not using this whole can. I don't think it's going to take anymore. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be moving. It's nice and cold now. Well, we're just going to call it good. We barely used any of that second can, but it is nice and cold in here. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Alright, well that does it. We're going to just disconnect everything, so this, it was up on the 250 when we were pressing the gas. Oh, yeah, we want to stop here. I'm going to turn this off. Turn this off. Don't turn the car off yet, Heather. But the car's still on. Disconnect this. Alright, you can turn it off now. Alright. Then we're going to disconnect the high end. This thing. We're good to go. Thanks for watching.